give them a voice. Even if it is one or two people that are going to listen to them, at least that will keep their memory alive. And that is what I have decided to be doing, and I will continue to do. In this, our platform, remember, I don't come here to instigate violence. I don't come here to preach hate. Neither do I come here to attack anybody. I don't come here to attack any man or woman. All we do here is to speak the truth and nothing but the truth, to awaken your consciousness and also make sure you are aware of what the situation is. That is what we are doing here. And I appreciate every one of you that have been patient this morning to join us on this very quick broadcast. I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect all of you. As we can see and as we know, a lot is going on. A whole lot is going on in the Zoological Republic and in that contraption called Nigeria. A lot is also going on in Biafra land. And we will not keep quiet, we will not keep silent, we won't pretend that we don't see what is happening. That is why we have to always speak about these issues, talk about them, bring them to the front line, and make sure that the Biafrans are aware. We also call the attention of the world to know what is happening in Nigeria. The plan of the terrorists to take over Nigeria completely is still ongoing. The Afghanistan template have not yet been cancelled. It is still ongoing. The atrocities against the indigenous people in Nigeria, and more especially against the Biafran people, cannot be underestimated. It is getting higher, worse and worse and worse every day. So that is why I will continue to give a voice, give my little voice to what is going on. Wherever you are, whoever you are, I urge you to join and add your own voice to speak so that humanity will be redeemed in that contraption called Nigeria. Nigeria, as you all know, was not created to save the indigenous people. It was not created for the benefit of the indigenous people, no. It was created for control and for economic exploitation. And it has been working for them the way they want it from independent up to today. They are fake independent up to today. From their creation to today, Nigeria is working according to how they want it. The only people that keep crying and complaining are the ordinary people, the innocent indigenous people who their land have been exploited and taken over. And today, it is not only that they take the resources, they are taking innocent lives. They are destroying innocent lives. That is why it is so disturbing. That is why it calls for concern. Anyone that cares about humanity on the planet Earth should add his or her voice to demand the end for that contraption called Nigeria. The end. That is the only thing that can bring a lasting peace. The only thing that can bring a lasting peace in Nigeria is to end that contraption. Conduct a referendum that everybody will participate in and decide their fate. I urge everyone to continue to do whatever they know they can be able to do. Continue to add their own voice, continue to make their contributions the best way they can. We will continue and we will never give up. If you care about humanity, you care about mankind, your voice is also needed. Join your own voice and speak about the people who are being decimated today, humiliated, abused, whose rights have been taken over. Speak about them. The genocide against the Christians in Nigeria that is ongoing and continue to go on must not be overlooked. We must continue to call the attention of the international community to save innocent lives in Nigeria. That is our mission here, and we will continue to do that for as much as we can. So today we are discussing on a topic that says insecurity, government accountability, and the debate on Nigeria's future. Why referendum is now. We are going to try as much as possible to discuss on this topic, but I'm not going to take much of your time. We are going to do it as fast as we can, and then we will go out and come back in the evening for another section of the program. And as you join us, like the program and share to other platforms. Invite someone to also listen and join. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, our topic says insecurity, government accountability, and the debate on Nigerian future. Why referendum is now. So we are going to do justice to this topic as much as we can. We will try as much as possible to do justice to this very topic. So I urge you to hang on with me, listen carefully and prepare your questions if you have any, or you have your contribution. Remember, the platform is for interaction. It's a place we share our views, regardless of our different opinion, our orientation or religion. You are free to join here and hear your opinion. So this morning on this topic we are discussing, I welcome every one of you, wherever you are watching from around the world. We are here to discuss once again in another discussion. It is a serious conversation about security, leadership, and the future of the contraption called Nigeria. Because right now, many people are asking difficult questions. Why does insecurity persist? Why do communities continue to feel unsafe? And why does it often seem like solutions are slow, inconsistent, or ineffective? These are the questions that people are asking every and again. So this live stream is about asking those questions openly, honestly, and responsibly. We will not keep silent until solution is found. That is our duty. The reality people are experiencing in Nigeria today cannot be hidden. The reality of the situation in the contraption called Nigeria cannot be hidden. We will continue to expose it across different parts of Nigeria. Communities have faced serious security challenges, including banditry, kidnapping, and violent attacks every single day. Even as we speak, it is still ongoing. Families have been displaced, livelihood disrupted, and trust in the institution has been tested. That is the worst of it. In all these trials, the institution in Nigeria, none of them is capable of handling the situation. Instead, they make it worse. Instead, they help to create more doubt in the heart of the people. That is why we take it upon ourselves to encourage people to hang on and also look forward towards the solution to the problem. Security is one of the most basic responsibilities of any government. When people feel unsafe, everything else, education, business, daily life is affected. So when insecurity continues, people naturally begin to ask questions. And the question that people are asking on a daily basis are, is enough being done to secure the life and property of the people? Is the government of Nigeria even doing anything to protect the life of the people and their properties? Are responses from the contraption effective? Are there responses when you hear the kidnapping, the degrading, the assault on citizens, Are their responses effective? Where are the gaps? We have seen the people that we are kidnapped from Kwara, more than 100 people. Today they are still in the kidnapping den. Some of them are Christians, and today they have converted them by force to Muslims. In a video released recently, you see a forceful conversion of the people into a religion they know nothing about. And this is supposedly a country. Your citizens are kidnapped in numbers. Videos are made about it. Claims are made about it. Ransoms are demanded for months, and yet you couldn't do anything. Every one of you remember that when United States of America citizen, one citizen was taken out. United States of America came all the way from the US to rescue him. But in Nigeria, it's a different ballgame. Completely different ballgame. These are legitimate concerns. And they deserve serious attention, not silence. Government responses and public perception that we see today. Government often highlight effort being made, even when we know they are doing nothing. They come and highlight the effort. Most of the time, they will tell you, oh, you shouldn't worry, you should accept them, accommodate them. Accommodate debt, accommodate insecurity, accommodate failure. That is what the government preaches. Government often highlight effort being made. Military operations, policy changes, security funding, but the situation remains the same. Public perception is shaped by results and promises. Yes. It is the result that shapes the public perception. It's not by you claiming and making some promises that doesn't hold water. If communities feel free, if communities still feel very vulnerable, then clearly something is not working as it should. And that is the situation in Nigeria today. And this is where frustration grows. Not necessarily because people expect perfection, but because they expect consistency, transparency, and urgency. And this is one thing that you can never find in the contraption called Nigeria. In any country where there is a gap between government messaging and people lived reality, trust begins to break down. And once trust is weakened, unity becomes harder to maintain. All it takes is your attention for you to understand why we often say that Nigeria is irredeemable. That the situation will get worse. There is no accountability. There is no responsibility anywhere. Accountability is not an attack. It is not, it is a requirement of leadership. Accountability is a requirement of leadership. But today, when you talk about accountability, people feel that they have been attacked. They push propaganda and they say you are attacking them. Citizens have the right to ask what strategy are working, what is failing, what changes are being made. These are critical questions that everyone should be asking. Everyone should be asking, both Biafrans and non-Biafrans. Ask to your group, ask to your government, ask to whoever you think has something to do. What strategy are working? What is failing? What changes are being made? Because without accountability, problem can persist longer than they should. At the same time, it is important to avoid misinformation or assumptions that cannot be verified. Strong nations are built not just on criticism, but on informed, responsible engagement. Do you have informed and responsible engagement at this point in time? Do you have? You can't find that anywhere. Nigeria is one of the most diverse countries in the world. Nigeria is one of the most diverse countries on the planet Earth, with many ethnic culture and history. Diversity can be a strength, but it can also become a challenge, especially when people feel unheard, unrepresented, or unfairly treated, like you have in Nigeria. The diversity in Nigeria is nothing but a danger, a threat to humanity. That is what it is. When the people are unheard, unrepresented, are unfairly treated, you can't be preaching diversity as strength. When these feelings grow over time, tension increases, and some begin to question whether the current structure is working for everyone. You don't even need to question, because we all know that the current structure is not working for anyone. The current structure of the Zoological Republic is not working for anyone, not working for the Biafrans, not working for the Yorubas, and certainly not working for the Hausas. And we can't pretend about it. That is why we are calling for referendum. Even though we have conducted our own self-referendum, if you don't want to adopt it, conduct yours. That's what we'll be saying. If you don't want to adopt our referendum, if you don't want to acknowledge our referendum, conduct yours. Let's see. This is a very sensitive but important topic. The idea of a referendum. A very sensitive but most important topic. The idea of referendum. In different parts of the world, referendums have been used as a peaceful, democratic way for people to express their will. Why is it not happening in Nigeria? Why is the case of Nigeria different? Why? This is not about chaos. It's not about violence. It is about dialogue and legal processes. However, it is also complex. There are legal, political, and economic factors that must be carefully considered. The key question is not just yes or no, but how much, how such a process will be conducted responsibly and peacefully. Conducting a self-referendum is okay. It's either you accept it or you conduct yours respectfully. In time of tension, extreme narrative can spread quickly. Some may oversimplify the situation. Others may assign blame without evidence. But real solution requires calm thinking, verified information, and constructive dialogue. This is where we stand, and this is our banner. This is where we stand. This is our motto. Calm thinking, verified information, and constructive dialogue. This is our motto, and this is what we've been crying for. Because if emotion alone drives decision, outcomes can become unpredictable and even harmful. The people have a role to play. You have a role to play. I equally have a role to play. And we must make sure we do what we have to do when we have to do them. Change does not happen through silence. Change will not come through keeping silence, running away from your responsibility. But it also should not happen through violence. The most powerful tools citizens have are awareness, participation, dialogue, and lawful civic engagement. All these are found in Biafra, and we must hold them tight. We must hold them tight. The creation of awareness. We have created awareness so much, and we are still creating awareness. We must participate in anything that has to do with Biafra, mainly the release of Mazin Nanigan and Mazin Survivor. Make sure you participate in it. We must continue to dialogue with one another. We must continue to conduct civic engagement, lawful civil engagement. Speaking of matters, don't be silent. Speaking up matters, but how we speak and what we promote matters just as much. Speaking up in your platform every day, you come out, you shout it up, it matters. It is good. Making all the noise is good, but how we speak and what we promote matter just as much. Then ask yourself, what are you preaching? What are you promoting? Ask yourself. If you can be sincere to yourself, ask yourself, what are you preaching? What are you promoting? When you get the answer, you can come back. Nigeria is at a critical moment. The challenges are real. The frustration are real. The questions are real. Only if you can tell yourself the truth. But the path forward must be guided by truth, responsibility, and a commitment to peace. Because in the end, the goal is not division for its own sake, but a future where people can live safely, freely, and with dignity. That is what we are asking. That is not too much to ask. It is not too much to ask. And I hope that you understand that. If you've watched this far, your voice matters also. Share this very video